Okay, well, what is up, YouTube? It's me, HPJ here. Welcome to May. May deck profiles are starting to pop up. First off is Harpie Lady from Yu-Gi-Oh! Rush Duel. No proxies this time because I didn't feel like doing it. And I really am just waiting right now just to pan out what I'm going to order and what's going to come between May, June, and July. And so hopefully some things get here, some things aren't as expensive as they need to be, and then some things don't break my arm and leg. With that in told, yes, I do know of the new cards for Harpies that are in Rising of the Aurora, but right now they're not officially out yet, so I still have a little time, and June will be right around the corner. So if anything, let June be the focus of the newer stuff being added, and just stick to what I have right now. Because I am happy to let you guys know that I am building my deck to strongly focus on the variation of Harpie that's going to now incorporate Harpie Lady Sisters as a maximum monster and not as just the individual piece. Which is good because, you know, I've always said that the OCG, TCG variant of Harpies does need the major change in that. I've said it in the video if I haven't already said it here, but you know, just I said what I said. So, alright, let me go ahead and go into this because I'm sure people are wanting to see exactly what I am running, which is not any different than what I've been running for the last couple of months. It's just there's no proxies now, so people can be like, oh, okay, and then, you know, you fill in the pieces where the pieces need to be filled in. So, 3 copies of the only normal monster in the deck, and that is Harpie Lady herself. Then she is followed by 3 copies of Harpie Lady 1, 3 copies of Harpie Lady number 2, 2 copies of Harpie Lady 3, and 1 copy of Harpie Lady Pet Master. So that is it for my Harpie Ladies, and then for my Harpie Lady Sisters, I'm running 3 copies of middle, 2 copies of left, and 2 copies of right. And then for all my non-conditional Harpies, 2 copies of Harpie Regina, 2 copies of Harpie Celio, and 2 copies of Harpie Cara. So that is literally it for the monsters. For the spell cards, I'm running 2 copies of Harpies Electro Dress, then 2 copies of Elegant Ingetus, 2 copies of Triangle Ecstasy Spark, 1 Ghost Cyclone, and 1 Graceful Charity. And then for the trap cards, because that is a thing, 3 copies of Splendid Slash, 2 copies of Harpie's Feather Tempest, and 1 copy of Compulsory Evacuation Device. Alright, and that is it for all of the main deck. That is 40 cards in total. Then for the extra deck, 3 copies of Harpie Lady Sisters, the Triangle Beauty, 3 copies of Harpie Lady Feather Duster, 3 copies of Harpie Lady 2 and 3, 2 copies of Harpie Lady, Harpie Salio and her light skirt, 2 copies of Harpie Regina in her splendid armor, and 2 copies of Harpie Cara in her charming dress. And that's literally it, guys. That's all of the cards in this deck. Like I said earlier, I will be looking into getting the newer editions and then creating the deck to add the newer editions, which most likely is just adding, oh, I forget her name, and I do apologize. I just did a video on her too. But yeah, adding the newer Harpie monster to it. Hysteric Eyes as well as a nice fill-in. Because maybe Hysteric Eyes are probably a lot cheaper than trying to go get Shiny Shadies. Because Shiny Shadies are probably going to get about like $40. I have been looking online. So, you know, if I can have the option, I'll have the option. But it does require one of the newer mechanics, which is Ritual Summons. But then here's the thing though, most decks are Ritual Summoning, so it would be a good option to have in it. But outside of that, really, I'm just having fun having this deck around, and I'm really enjoying it. But, you know, things will definitely change once the newer cards are out and I can fit them in, and probably get some of the older cards too. If there are any older cards that are recommended just to have for just in lineup of things, please let me know in the comment section, because there are a couple of things that I do have in like a in my cart right now for eBay to get all the newer stuff in case. But I'm not really betting on anything. I'm just waiting for numbers and stuff to drop, and then I'm going to start getting pieces. So hopefully by the beginning of July, I should have the newer support cards for Harpie and Rush Duel by then. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, because it helps me out tremendously. You all can hit the notification bell to be informed of what content I will be uploading next. And stay tuned to the community tab so you guys can know of what is just going on in my mind, or what's going on behind the scenes. So thank you guys so much for watching, and HPJ signing out. Take care. Bye-bye.